It's Jeanette and Dean, and we're glad you could join us. We're here waiting for our walking tour, and we're using a company called Guru Walks. We've used them in a few other countries. I remember we used it once in Cozumel. It's a free walking tour in a lot of places around the world. There's a website you can go to and an app that's called Guru Walks. And so yeah, it's locals in the area telling them about their city. This one's an introduction into Taipei. They say it's free, but basically you give the guide a tip, whatever you would like to give. So I know on this one it sort of said, make sure you give a reasonable tip, but there's no guidelines as to how much that is. But anyway, I think it is a 2-hour tour, and we've had the email come through, and it basically told us to wait here at the NTU train station in the Peace Memorial Park.
For the next 2 hours and a half, Leo and I, we're gonna give you all that we have. Our energy, our knowledge, and our passion for this. And by at the end, you're gonna have the choice, you're gonna have the opportunity to show your appreciation through the donations that we call tips, that we're very welcome to receive.
It's quite a big group.
Very big. From a lot bigger than I was expecting, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Gonna make it like as simple as possible. This story is very complex because Taiwan history is very complex, so I'm gonna go in the simple way. Taiwan. It was a beautiful island full of deers and aboriginals having their happy life, being happy, and then white people show up in the picture. People from Portugal, that was the first one that looked at Portugal, but they were just going in a boat. They were just like passing and being like, ooh, beautiful island. Then they call it Isla Formosa, that it means beautiful island. That was the first time that they looked Taiwan, did nothing, just passed by. 5 months when Taiwanese aboriginals, Taiwanese people were like, we are finally independent and no one else is coming here to take us. They create a Formosa Nation. They even have a flag. If you go inside to this museum, you're gonna see the flag of the only time where they were like kind of free and last 5 months. Then Japan came to Tainan and being like, I am in free. You're mine. You are my gift. So anyway, so when they will have like a railroad passing here, so every time that important people was coming in the train, the first thing that they say is this huge building. You can come here, but I think that the most important of this place is what it represented at that time, like the magnificence of this building at that time. But by the end of that colonization, Japanese was already thinking that Taiwan wouldn't be a colony anymore, but actually part of Japan. They wanted to make it like another province. But what happened is that Second World War. In the Second World War, Japanese lost. Right? So in the treaty that they did, they were like, we want Taiwan back. So they took it back. Japanese have to give it to Republic of China. So that's the story here. I'm gonna leave it there. That's it. That's the story. Let's hear the story.
And the monument behind us is the monument 228.
In our last video, Dean spoke about the 228 massacre, and thousands of people lost their lives. I'll leave a description below of that video. What do you think it is?
Tai Chi with swords. Tai Chi is meant to be
Graceful?
peaceful and graceful, and this is peaceful, graceful Tai Chi with swords.
With attitude.
With attitude. To defend yourself. Right.
Let's keep going. Ah, this is a bit more like it.
The sign there
Says it's a peace belt.
says no climbing.
Ah!
That was this big sign. I was thinking, oh, maybe that tells you what it is. No climbing.
Well, we weren't going to do. For housing.
Come a bit forward. Right now I'm going to introduce you guys one of really interesting drinks in Taiwan. The food we are seeing right now is one of really special kind in Taiwan. Okay, it sounds a bit weird, but it's a love jelly and become a really refreshing drink. Alright, anyone want to try? One.
Building here entirely karaoke. Insane.
Japanese people decide to build this building as a market. That was the original use. It was a market that it sells like many different goods, and it was the only market around outside of the old town.
It was built in 1908 and it's got an octagon shape of the 8 sides, which is apparently good feng shui, and also a combination of a cross on the adjacent to it, so a mixture of Western and Japanese architectural patterns. Today, this historical building is filled with arts and crafts and tea houses and markets surrounding it. You can even get a fake tattoo.
Remember that I told you that the gay people need to look for another place in the park because there is no walls? They ended up here in the Red House. But what is that related to the present moment is that first bar that they built behind this place was a gay bar because the clients were just right there, right? And nowadays, this is the district, the LGBTQ plus district, and this is the part behind where it's like a huge plaza. It's super pretty, like has bars, has music, it has like food. It's a very highly recommended place. Don't worry if you're not gay, they're very straight people friendly. You can just go there and have a very good night. So I will suggest really that after this tour, you can go there and have a drink, and if you already make friends with each other, really, really a nice place to stay.
Table and chairs for breakfast.
In a car.
Good morning. We're on our last day, full day here in Taipei. A little bit of a slow start, so it's nearly 10 o'clock. Today we're going to go and see Liberty Square. we haven't had a chance to do that yet. Most days we have been going out and about getting breakfast. You know, this is week 5 of travelling. Just run out of steam. So we're just having breakfast in the hotel, but it's not like a buffet breakfast like most hotels. It's just this little caravan. Most importantly, it serves coffee and also food that you would probably get if you were going to a drive-in, and it's a drive-in theatre theme, so let's check it out. I think Dean showed you some of this the other day. It is very close to Taipei main station, which is literally that one there. So location of the actual hotel is quite good for, you know, if you jump in on and off the subway and the train to the airport, not having to drag your suitcase too far. It's sort of geared up, I suppose, for families that have little kids that might enjoy it, but anyway, we haven't really
Here's
stepped.
breakfast in Taiwan style. A chicken burger by the looks of that. Chicken burger. Some salad with whipped something. Potato maybe. It was good. Chicken burger for breakfast.
It's strange.
Well, it sort of is, sort of isn't. Xie. Here it is, look, your little picnic basket. If nothing else, it's quirky. Here is one of the 4, oh actually I think there were 6 gates in the end, 5 gates, of the old city of Taipei. This is a renovated version or an updated version of the gate that used to be an entranceway, because the city was 5 square kilometres. Contained inside a wall, so it was fortified basically. I had to fortify because there was always people coming to invade.
There was originally 4 gates, but a rich family didn't want to walk around, so they put in a 5th gate. We've got a green man.
Woohoo! High school. Things are getting busy around the gate. Actually got a nice day for our last day. We did our guru walk yesterday in the rain, and then today blue skies actually come out. Woohoo! Off they go!
She's a big one.
Wow. This is a square that contains the Shanghaishek Memorial and other buildings. It's a huge space. You might be able to sort of tell by the fact that you're looking out at people and they're quite little in comparison to those buildings. The scale is amazing. This building here, wow, it is big and intricate and amazing colours, and some gates that we'll have to find out what they are. Not really sure what those gates are. And I think that may be the Shanghaishek Memorial down the end. So it looks more Chinese architecture. So there's a mixture of Japanese and Chinese architecture in Taipei and in Taiwan, but Taipei because of the occupation of both Chinese and Japanese architecture.
Yeah,
Where these ones seem more
Japanese.
Japanese, do you think?
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's been raining for a long time and didn't really expect the sun to come out. So.
Yesterday and today, so only days we haven't ventured out without our sunglasses. And we definitely need it here today.
Especially in a white square. This is the Shanghaishek Memorial. Feels a bit controversial now after hearing the history of Taiwan as to why they would even have a memorial to Shanghaishek. But anyway, it's he was the leader of the Republic of China, the ROC, which is still what Taiwan is sort of known as. It's Taiwan, the Republic of China. But he wasn't very nice when he came back after losing the civil war in China against the Communist Party. Introduced martial law in Taiwan and was and ruled with an iron fist, and many thousands of people were murdered who were suspected of being communists or aligned with the Communist Party. And yet here's a massive memorial to him. So odd history. Who knows? One day maybe they might call it something else. It's all very recent history, really.
We're just wandering over here. So we've got a group of adults. Looks like they're playing musical chairs.
Ballet.
Oh, ballet? Okay, let's see. A square.
I think it's like just to mark off a space. See in the distance the girl band?
Oh yeah. So we're heading up to this one now. There's a whole pile of stairs to climb.
An elevator.
I thought we'd had enough walking
Is there an
yesterday.
elevator?
No.
Is there an escalator? The white is blinding.
What did you say before that?
All these stairs.
It dropped the F word.
I think I said all these and stairs.
Let's go. They're not that bad. At least they're even. Architecturally crafted.
Not too bad actually. Just let's go. Oh wow, God. Nice view. Back out. Beautiful. It's really nice. Look at that. Lovely. It really gives you a sense of how big it is when you look and see how small the people are in the distance. It's a good way of giving you that scale. You might notice that the building is faced in marble, and it's not something I knew, but we found out when we were in Hualien that marble is one of the big resources in that area as well, but in Taiwan. They actually export marble from Hualien to Europe, to Italy and places as like the giant rocks that then obviously they take over there and they split and polish and turn into marble tiles or whatever they use marble for. So that was interesting.
That is insanely big. Got the old bulletproof glass on it.
Cadillac's bulletproofed, 3 tons.
Yeah. Petrol guzzler.
I reckon, back in those days.
Beautiful condition.
Yeah.
It's our last day and I realised I'd tried many bubble teas in the Philippines but not in Taiwan. So we're getting one each now. Here it is. I think the ones in Brisbane, even though I had a small amount of sugar in it, are a lot more sweeter than these. These have got a very strong tea flavour.
Tea, milk,
Bubble.
jelly, ice. Cool bubble tea. It's quite good. These ones are really nice, strong tea flavour, milky tea flavour. Not real sweet, but the jellies are really sweet. So some of them, jellies are sort of got no flavour, but they put sugar and stuff in it. But these ones are really just nice.